carp fishing, it's easy. Just put on fresh bait, place that bait in the right body of water and hold tight. Carp, kabeljou, mulloway, on.
Fast, puppy.
Beautiful carp.
Speel hy ding mooi, speel hy ding mooi.
Hartelijk die kabeljou getrek. Alright guys, welcome. Well, we're back at the water and the main plan for today is to get red bait for the upcoming galjoen season. So I'm fishing with Crikey. Obviously we brought our rods and we're gonna look for a copy and then we're gonna go get some red bait, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see what the day holds. So enjoy. Yeah. Yo. Wat is dit daar geruikje?
Eerste gooi vas.
Lijkt nou een mooi vis.
Jo. Wat is dit? St. Joseph. Joseph. Huh?
Lijkt is de tangle al. There's the Rauchi circle, fishing buddy, Rauchi circle, did the job. Let's go. Fast. Crikey sê is happy met die hoeke.
Fantastische hoeke.
Halfprys.
Fishing buddy, baie dankie.
So I just had to put in another carp fishing video, just a little bit of footage. of our last session. I mean, it's so boring when someone is just talking on a video, talking about cob. So yeah, at least you've seen a bit of fishing, but now we're going to get to the 3 pointers on how to target cob here on the coastline of South Africa. So for the last couple of sessions, especially on the channel, me and Graiki caught over 100 cob easily, and the last 3 sessions I didn't win with him. He caught another 44 cob, so it's quite impressive. And like I always say, we're not professional anglers, we're just social anglers, and we like to share our adventures with you guys. So if you learn something on the channel, great, but if you don't, please just enjoy the channel, enjoy the adventures with us and the scenery. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. We'll appreciate that. So before we start, I just wanted to use the opportunity to remind you of the competition we're running. We're giving away a pen slammer for any size, also the Assassin Evo Infinity, and also the Berkeley Anaconda L. So one of those, not all of them, one of those. So there's a lucky winner to be drawn once you are subscribed. So if you want to enter the competition, please subscribe to the channel and you are entered. If you're already subscribed, or you know, a long time subscriber, you are entered, and I will make the winner announcement in the next video or two. So the last couple of videos has been wild. Like I said, we caught a lot of cob, and there's still a lot of people that message me and ask me, you know, they're still looking for their first cob. How can I help them? And I try to help with a few pointers or so, but I thought I'd made a video just to make it simple, you know, just to talk about the pattern maybe of the cob and what to look for, this and that. So on our channel we try to educate and to be informative as we can be, how to target these fish, whether it's cob, steenbras, galjoen or whatever. But you know, as soon as you get into it, someone is on with a fish, so we're always in a hurry. So yeah, this is the perfect time now to talk about it and to get into it. So if you've been watching our channel for the last couple of episodes, you would see that we got a couple of cob, and especially the first cob, we would say, yes, the gooi vas. And that's all about the planning, and you know, it's all about that excitement of, we figured it out, yes, the gooi vas, first throw on. And that's all because of, we planned to fish that specific day, and we knew the cob were going to bite. So the first thing we look for is wind conditions. Now the wind is blowing a bit today, and it's also overcasted, which is very nice for cob. So you know, each area differs, so it doesn't matter what wind blows. It's difficult for me to talk about the wind because some areas prefer different winds, definitely. So wind is a very important factor. Wind is going to bring your color into the water, the wind is going to clean the water, the wind is going to warm the water up, it's going to cool the water down. So the wind is very important to look for. So at the specific spot we're fishing, the southeaster brings a lot of color to the water. That's why cob is a summer species, because there's a lot of southeast, and you know, different spots prefer other winds like easterly or westerly wind. There's other spots that prefer a northwest. So you should really look at the water, and my advice would just be, you know, start a journal, write down the conditions, write down what it does to the water, especially, let's say, for 3 days in a row, because that's what we're looking for. We're not looking at one day and say, okay, we're going to fish tomorrow. We're looking at what the wind was doing 3 days prior, and then we plan, you know, to go that following day. The swell is also important. Just my experience is that cob doesn't like a big sea. Cob is a very lazy fish, so they prefer a nice flat sea. So there are some other factors like the moon phase and the tides, the air pressure, but I must say in the last year or so, yeah, we didn't really worry about the air pressure. When there's color in the water and the water is nice and flat, when the right winds are blowing, the cob should be on. So we haven't really looked at the air pressure, which was really one of the big things in the past to look at, but I think for cob fishing it doesn't really matter that much. Craig is giving me a hiding here. It's 3 for 1. It's a small one, but still, yeah. I need to wait.
That's right.
So another beautiful cobby. They're not big. This seems to be the sizes for today, but still a lot of fun. This cobby just pulled me flat on the anaconda, and yeah, fishing buddy 7-0 Rauchi circle. It's doing the job. So let's get this one back. So the next thing is going to be bait, your bait presentation, but I think the most important thing is fresh bait. So at the moment chokka is working very nice. So fresh chokka, you know, you get chokka that's cheaper but bad quality, and that unfortunately won't work as well as the fresh local chokka. So local chokka works best, fresh oki, fresh sardine baits, anything like that, live bait. So I remember a while back, me and Crikey caught about 15 carp that day, and I remember there were like 20 people and no one caught nothing. And the thing was, the previous day we netted a few sardines here in Kleinmond, so we just put it in the fridge for the following day, and we had the freshest bait. So we caught 15 carp, and the next day we got to the spot again, and there were one of these guys on the spot, and he said, "Meneer, die was gister 2 ouens, maar meneer, dis mos julle." And me and Crikey, we're still laughing about it, and you know, it's memories that we will always remember, but that was just because we had the freshest bait. Yes, Smoke. Hey, voor hy hoek, né? So yeah, the 3 senses of a carp, it's going to be smell, sight and vibration. And I think the most important one is going to be, well, it's either smell or vibrations, because we target carp in dirty water. So it's very important to build a bait with tentacles, whether it's an oki leg or 2 or 3 strips of chokka, just to give a little bit of movement, because in the water that carp picks up that movement. And he doesn't have to smell it or see it, he can just, you know, sense it. The other thing is, when the water is very dirty, smell is also good. So it's not necessarily that you have to build the nicest bait or the very good looking bait. You just have to put out a lot of smell, maybe just hit that chokka a few times more, or put on sardine bait. The sardine belly is also very good for carp. When the water is cleaner, you can just give it a cleaner, neater look to imitate a chokka. And yeah, that should give you the advantage. So like I said, overcasted weather like this, is good for cob conditions, also for galjoen and steenbras. The overcast just gives less visibility in the water, so it almost acts like the dirty water or that golden hour before sunset. So overcast is really nice to target cob. So another thing is kelp is also a good thing to look out when targeting cob. Kelp, around kelp, there's normally a lot of color stuck in that kelp. Also the bait fish come and hide in the kelp, and as well as the cob hiding from the seals and the sharks. So wherever there's structure, like a reef, a rock point sticking out, wherever that reef is stopping, those cob are just patrolling over that reef and along that reef. So it's a good spot to place your bait right at the end of that reef for that cob to come along, as well as sandbanks on the surf. So wherever there's a sandbank, it's good to place your bait either side of the bank or just behind the bank. Maybe if the gutter before the bank is deep enough, there as well. When the bank gets deep enough, it's good to place your bait right in the middle of the bank, because those little bait fish, they also hide on those banks, and that cob will come sooner or later and look for them.
Okay guys, so for the last 3 trips I didn't went with Graaikie, and he caught 44 cob in 3 sessions. 44 cob. So I just want to ask him a few questions just for interest sake for you guys. So Graaikie, what do you prefer? Like brown muddish water, or just a bit of
I love the green olive, clear green olive water, almost here at the back. Not the brown water. Brown water for your barber and your chow.
Okay, so a big sea or flat sea? Flat sea. Okay, pressure?
I haven't looked at the pressure for last year. I'm only watching the swell and wind. That's it.
And what do you like? Warmer water, colder water?
I'm catching them in both.
Yeah, in both. So would you take?
The most important thing is your bait.
Yeah, bait. Fresh. Would you take fresh bait with a big sea, or older bait with a flat sea?
Neither.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that maybe give someone an answer or two there in the pursuit for cob. What to look for: flat water, a bit of color. Warmer water may be better, but I think warmer water is better for your smaller fish, and those colder water, not cold water, but colder water is better for bigger fish, and also a little bit cleaner than one would think cob water is. So not the brown water, but just a little bit of color here, especially around the kelp. You would see that murky water. So yeah, lekker. Okay, maar dankie vir die info. Hoor het ons gekom van aas nie, vir rooi aas nie. Kijk, wat gaat nou hier?
Kijk, dan kan je waar.
Ja.
Yes, hier zijn.
Graaikie on with a nice sized fish. Just working it around the kelp. Paal het toe. Jo, is een mooie. Jo. Lekker man. So a nice fish there for Graaikie. We're about to call it a day, but yeah, I just saw his rod was flat. I came down. Mooi vis hoor.
Okay. Say start do it.
Is hy Evo Zero, hy het weer die kas uitgeklim.
Hy is afgestort.
Lekker man. So the last thing we're going to talk about is tackle. So I think tackle is not so important. I've seen people catching carp or fish with any type of tackle, whether it's multiplier or grinder, mono or braid, circle hooks, J hooks, float or no float, dingle dangle, doesn't really matter. I've seen it all. So that doesn't really matter that much. But I personally think that a circle hook was designed for a carp. It just works every time, and carp is just an aggressive eater. It either will pull you flat or it will just give you a line and come towards you, and that just means that it's taken the bait and it's coming towards you. So a fixed trace or a sliding trace, it doesn't really matter. Fluorocarbon is also not really that important, I think, because we target carp in dirty water. So I don't think it's really going to make a difference, but I know for myself it just makes you feel more confident about your setup. And also the fluorocarbon is much more abrasive resistant than a normal mono. So yeah, it all just depends on what you're comfortable with your setup, whether you want to use a 10-foot rod, a 15-foot rod, a multiplier or a grinder, braid or not. It's just personal preference. I like to use grinder and braid and a long rod with a soft tip, and I like dingle dangles and circle hooks. And yeah, that's just, you know, from our side. And if you want to learn more, there is an app called Fish Finder SA that you can download. All the traces, all the bait presentations, water reading, things like that. So check it out, and guys, I hope this helps you.